fans, from wherever you are, welcome to another MPJ New Rock Album Review Show. Welcome to today's panel, to Trish, to Pete, to William and to Dom. Welcome, gang.
Hello.
Hello. Today we are reviewing The Haunted and their album The Songs of the Last Resort, and then we're going to go crazy. We're going to rate out of 5, and if it gets 4 or more, gets a Hall of Fame. Higher, gets a Golden Horse, gets into legendary status. Let's find out, shall we? Who should we start with today? Let's start with you, William. The Haunted. Obviously going to be your street, surely. Had you heard of this band before? Is this something new to you?
I had not heard of them, but I'm very glad I have now.
Ooh.
It's just very cool. It makes me all tingly and happy inside. No, honestly, so when I listened to the first track of it, Warhead, it was a bit quiet. What's going on? And it just like sucker punch who hits you right in the face with these heavy, melodic, death metal-y, thrashy tones. And I was like, oh, I am very happy now. You've brought me into a world of joy. I listened to this after to our previous album, and I was like, oh, I'm back home. This is what I need to be happy. I thought this was a really cool album. It's got some fantastic, great, deep death metal vocals, really, really good melodic guitar work, fantastic solos, awesome backing music. It's a really, really cool, solid album. His growls, his voice are just, very nice. It reminded me a bit of a older, really good Machine Head. I feel like he does his growling in a similar kind of fashion. Could be wrong. Feel free to not tell me anything to stop my ego. This is a fantastic album. I had a great time with it. It's just it's right hitting the nail on the head. My kind of music. This beautiful. If you like a bit of melodic, thrashy death metal, this is definitely the album for you.
Well, it's all a journey, and we like to go down rabbit holes. Dom, did you enjoy this rabbit hole?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's beard chugging, head banging, thrash metal. There's a little bit of like early Metallica vibes in there, maybe. They're Swedish band, aren't they? Death metal stalwarts. They've been going for over 25 years, apparently. Never heard of them, but they are, I guess, big in Sweden. It's pretty straightforward formula. Blast beats, chugging guitar riffs, got the gruff vocals. There's no pissing about, really. A solo, and then at the end, straight back to the bar, get the beers in. These guys would be really popular, like mid-afternoon at Download or somewhere like that. I could just see them definitely mustering a really good mosh pit or two, no problems. They're kind of like, this is a says what it is on the tin kind of band. There's no messing, perhaps not much that stands out throughout, but it was enjoyable.
Trish.
So this album is most definitely full thrash headbanging metal right from the get-go. Whilst the album is pretty much full on, they can still hold their own on the slower songs, which were more to my liking, as the tracks Labyrinth of Lies and Salvation Recalled show. For me, this was a solid and thought-provoking album.
Thought-provoking? What did you think? In what way did it provoke your thoughts?
It had quite a strong anti-war message to it.
Okay, all right. Cool. Pete, your cup of tea?
No. Let me just say, I never heard of this band. When I opened them up on Spotify, Spotify told me like, oh, this is like Rivers of Nile. So I was like, oh, okay, that should be good then. But no, Spotify, this is not like Rivers of Nile. Don't know where you got that from. To me, I like to compare them more to Malevolence, and that's not so much to do with the music, but of my interpretation of it. Because The Haunted is a band, just like Malevolence, that does absolutely nothing wrong. They make very decent music. I cannot fault them on anything they do. It just doesn't click for me. It's just so weird to me. Weird. So yeah, like I barely got any notes even. It's just like yeah, it's fast, it's raw. They got some cool shredding riffs. It just doesn't land. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, I can't fault them on anything. But yeah, like none of the tracks stick with me. I'm not enjoying listening to it, and I don't know why. Because there's nothing wrong with it.
Well,
It's just one of them.
I disagree that there's something wrong with it, and that's called vocals. I mean, there's everything wrong with it. I mean, they open their goddamn mouths and they sing, but they don't sing. They scream and they shout, and you can't understand a word they're saying. That's why it surprised me about the message. Well, the title of the track might be a message, but I couldn't understand a word they were bloody saying to hear that message. I just there's no redeeming factor about this whatsoever, really. In terms of my style of music and what I like to listen to, there was not enough clean vocals. I did. And it frustrates the hell out of me because there were elements of that. I do like that little bit of thrash metal. I'm a fan of Metallica, and I could hear it in the music. And technically they were fantastic. But did I want to hear the album again? Absolutely not. There was nowhere near enough clean vocals for me to even come back. Like Law, for example, where there was frustration that there was quite a bit of Law clean vocals. I really want to listen to it again. This is the same as Rivers of Nil for me. No redeeming factor for me whatsoever. I did not want to listen to this album again. And that's not to say that people of this genre, or technically they're very good, because musically, again, I get frustrated with bands like this where I can hear it and musically I'm headbanging. But yeah, I just not for me, I'm afraid. Absolutely not for me.
That might be the nicest way you've ever reviewed one of these Growly albums now, John.
Well, I'm kind of getting there's quite a few of them at the minute, because with the advent of Pete coming on board, I obviously have to feed the beast, don't I? I need to feed the beast. This thing that has become almost like there's light and dark in terms of the two stages, really, in terms of reviews. And that's why I love it when they come together for the Album of the Year show. Okay, let's start. Well, we're going to start with Simon, because Simon hasn't talked about it, but Simon also enjoyed this album. He gave it a 4. So, Pete?
I gotta say, by the way, normally I'm super annoyed by the I cannot understand them arguments, but from you I can take it somehow. I don't know. It's just like,
I don't know, right?
you gotta learn to listen to it. Like,
I'm honest.
Listen to enough reading metal, at some point it just starts making sense. At some point you learn the language.
Nah. Yes. What'd you give it? What'd you give it, Pete? What'd you give it?
Yeah. It's 3.5.
Oh, pretty solid. Something didn't land at all. Something must have landed for a 3.5.
Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, why not give it a 3.5? I get that was good music.
That's okay.
It just doesn't work.
William?
A strong 4.5.
Trish?
3.
3. Now, if Dom were to give this a 5, it would land into our Hall of Fame. A 5 from Dom, right? And it's into our Hall of Fame. Dom?
That's never going to happen. It's meh. 3.5.
3.5. Okay. And it's still a solid goddamn score. It's 3.7. It's in our top half of albums of all time. It's had 203 out of 540. Huh? Oh, sorry. My score doesn't count. It was a half. It was a half.
Out of here.
It was a half, really. Same as Rivers of Nile. It was a half.
I think if you were to graph it, like how many times people's scores are dropped, you're going to take a big chunk of that pie chart.
Oh, on this one, out of the 6 albums reviewed this month, 4 of mine have been dropped. Yes, 4 of my scores have been dropped. But there we go. So that's okay. And you know, and we've learnt the hard way over the years that somebody would just like literally just be controversial and give it a low score, and it's just like we go like no, and that's why only 5 count, and it works. Okay, so 3.7, still a damn good score, still obviously a very good album as you know, as far as your metalcore aficionados are concerned. For me, though, obviously not. But who cares? my opinion doesn't count. It doesn't matter. So thank you very much. Do our listeners agree? Do you disagree? Please leave your comment and hit the like, subscribe button. Let's get up to double again, shall we? Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you to my wonderful panel, to the Mrs. Simon, to Rock Chick Trish, to Pete, to William, and to the wonderful Dom. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon. Keep on rocking. Goodbye.